Pandas! Today we're going to do a little safety lesson. And the materials that I'm going to use, we're going to use our book. This is Super Duper Safety School, Safety Rules for Kids and Grown-Ups by Pattie Fitzgerald, illustrations by Paul Johnson. We're going to read a little bit about that. And we've read it in our classroom, and so we're going to do some review. We're also going to talk about the 4 steps that we want to make sure that we do if someone's being a tricky person. And also, what even is a tricky person? A tricky person is a person that tries to get you to do adult things for them. And something that we've talked a lot about in the class is, an example would be an adult comes up to you when your mommy, daddy, grandma, and grandpa, aunt, and uncle, they're not with you, and they say, I lost my dog, can you help me find it? And so we want to go through those 4 steps of saying no, and then you want to go. So you can say no, and then walk away, run away, and then you also want to yell, and also tell. So we talked about telling a parent. And so that could even just be like, I'm scared, or I went, I was going, right? So we wanted to get away from that tricky person. But the number one thing we really want to make sure we do is we just go. We go away. So no matter what happens, if we're nervous, we're scared, you want to get away from that person. So what I wanted to do today is read a few pages from this book, and it's an awesome, awesome book, and I highly recommend it. So we can start off right here. Greetings from Super Duper Safety School. I'm Sammy, the big boss here at Super Duper Safety. My job is to teach kids how to stay safe. What does safe mean? That's a good question. Being safe means doing things that won't hurt us. Being safe means that we're protected, and being safe is a big thumbs up. That's what we did in the Panda class. We talked about thumbs up and thumbs down situations. Wearing a helmet when you ride your bike is thumbs up safe. That's a great, great choice. Looking both ways before you cross the street is also thumbs up safe. Now we do that when we go walk to recess or gross motor. We always make sure we stop right before the parking lot and we look both ways before crossing and going to the playground, because we want to make sure that we won't get hurt by any cars, or there are no cars that could hurt us. Staying close to your mom or dad when you go out is thumbs up safe. So if you're going to the grocery store or you're at a fair, that's so fun. You got to make sure that you stay close to your parents. What does unsafe mean? Now we talked about thumbs down. So everybody show me your thumbs down. Awesome. Great job, you guys. So unsafe means doing things that might hurt us or might make us feel yucky or scared. Unsafe means we are not protected, and it's a big thumbs down. So, getting close to a stranger's car when you're by yourself is really unsafe. So even if that stranger, in this picture, this stranger has candy. Oh my goodness. If you like candy, I want you to do one big clap. I sure like candy. So they got really, really close to this stranger in their car and they had candy, but that's not safe. You don't know that person, right? And that person could end up tricking you. Let's take a look at some super duper safety rules so you can be a smart boss too. Do you guys want to be a boss? I think you all can. We could have the panda bosses. I think you guys would be amazing. So, the first thing is that basically you're the boss of your body. And now all you really need to remember is that you can make your own choices. Okay, so if someone says something tricky and tells you to come with them, you can always say no and you can go, right? The next thing is that safe bosses watch out for tricky people. Now, most people want kids to stay safe, but some people might trick kids into doing things that are unsafe, and we call them tricky people because they try to break our safety rules. Being a smart boss means that you won't get tricked. Now, this is something really, really, really interesting. What does a tricky person even look like? Let's find out. You can't really tell who's tricky just by looking at their face. A tricky person might wear nice clothes or even smile. It's not what they look like, but it's what they say or want you to do. That's how you'll know. So if anyone wants you to break your safety rules, it's a trick. It's a tricky person, so you want to get away fast. Remember, go. That's your most important thing. You just want to go. Now, safe grown-ups don't ask kids for help, especially when you're by yourself. So this is super duper interesting. Now, in this picture, what do you think the guy's doing? He's got a leash, but where's the doggy? Got a picture of the dog. Do you guys think that maybe, just maybe, he's trying to get a kiddo to break their safety rules and come help him? That could be tricky, right? Because I would be so sad if I lost my doggy. But if an adult comes up to you and says, can you help me? You can say no and go, right? Or just go. But we did talk about this in class. Now, what if you're with your mommy, daddy, grandma, grandpa, aunt, uncle, anybody at the park, okay? And someone comes up to you and says, hi, I lost my dog. Here's a picture of him. Can you just keep an eye out? That's okay. That is safe because that person's not trying to trick you to go with them or anything, but they just need your help. And if you're with your mommy, daddy, grandma, grandpa, aunt, uncle, whoever, then that's okay, right? They're there to protect you. So it's very important to remember that safe grown-ups ask other grown-ups when they need help, not kids. So that's all we're going to review right now, okay? So tricky people, what to do if someone comes up to you and says, hey, I need your help with this, or can you fix my car? Now, do you think, I know you guys are so talented, but do you think you could fix someone's car? I couldn't, and I live all by myself. That's crazy town, okay? So in that situation, you could just say no, or you could just go. You don't even have to say no. You can just get out of there. So the big things that we wanted to review today is saying no and going, right? You can just go. So if a tricky person comes up to you and says, come with me, you can just say no, or you can just walk away, right? And then you're going to yell and tell. Now, if you choose to yell in this situation, you could say, I don't know you, or you're not my mom, right? You're not my parent. Okay, and then you can go tell someone. So something that we practiced in the classroom is running to a teacher and getting their attention. Even just getting their attention, tapping them on the shoulder, and our teachers can look out and say, okay, what's interesting? What happened that might have been scary or tricky? And then if you choose to tell a teacher and you say, someone came up to me and had candy in their car, and they said, come with me, but I said no. Now, your teachers might ask some questions. Your teachers might say, what color hair did they have? And you could say, brown. What color shirt were they wearing? And you could tell them what color shirt. Maybe what color car are they driving? You could say, blue, right? So anything that you remember will help us find that tricky person and just make sure that you are safe at all times, right? Awesome. Okay, so that is all we have for safety today. Now, what I want you guys to do is just think a little bit about these situations, right? So even if someone comes up to you and they look super nice, but they say, hey, come with me, I've got candy in my car, should you go? No way, right? You don't know them. Now, we talked about Billy to the bus, and I can attach a little link for you guys. Okay, so I'll attach a link in our homework, and I can also put it on the link to this video. Billy to the bus is great because Billy, what did he do? He left his house with his friend, but Billy needed to go home and get his book because he forgot it. Okay, so then Billy went home, but then someone came up to him and pulled up to him in his car and said, hey, Billy, you can come with me, right? I know your dad. And Billy goes, I don't know you. Right? Billy said that he does not know this guy. So it was very great because what he did is he said, no, thank you. He walked away and he ran to his bus driver and said, something crazy kind of just happened. Someone came up to me and wanted me to go with them, and I said no, and this is what he looked like. So I encourage you guys to watch that video and review it with your family, even maybe your brothers and sisters if you have them, and enjoy. Please let me know if you have any questions, and stay safe. Have a great day, you guys. Bye.